Welcome back to The Explainer. Let's just dive right into this, all right? Imagine for a second that you were handed this highly classified cosmic dossier. You crack it open, and instead of, standard geopolitical secrets, you find a literal blueprint for a planetary reset, what we might actually call an atmospheric update for Earth. Today, we're putting on our investigative analyst hats and unpacking ancient prophetic texts that describe exactly how this update is going to go down. We're talking about the profound prophecies recorded in the Bhavishya Malika, looking at a stunning sequence of events that transitions our world from an age of total chaos into an age of ultimate truth and balance. I mean, just look out your window. According to the Bhavishya Malika, the severe climate anomalies we're seeing right now, the scorching heat waves, those explosive solar flares, they aren't just random environmental hiccups. They're actually the unmistakable symptoms of the end of the Kali Yuga, our current age of darkness. The Malika describes these not as the Earth just dying, but as the intense, heavy labor pains of a cosmic transition. The text clearly warns that the sun's heat is going to increase drastically, eventually hitting 60 or even 70 degrees Celsius. That is literally going to push humanity to its absolute limits. So we are currently on a rapid, highly volatile countdown. According to the texts, the Kali Yuga's 5,000-year lease, it's already expired. We are living in this crazy transitional cusp, a window where the old world is systematically being dismantled. But here's the thing, the text doesn't just promise doom and destruction. The true dawn on the far side of this upheaval actually has a specific name and a date. Right in the middle is a pivotal event known as the 7 Days of Darkness, and that serves as the bridge straight into the Satya Yuga, the Age of Truth, which is prophesied to dawn around the year 2032.
Section 1. The 7 Days of Darkness.
Okay, so how does this massive reset actually kick off? Well, in the text Kala Chakra Yuga Pralaya, which is attributed to Achyutananda Das, the foremost of the 5 great saints of this tradition, the Bhavishya Malika describes a total technological blackout. For 7 continuous days and nights, our current sun and moon will just vanish. But it's not just a blackout of light, right? It's a complete blackout of modern science. The Malika records that radios, wireless instruments, the whole shebang, they completely break down. Science will have absolutely no way to give us any advanced warning, and the Panchabhuta, the fundamental 5 elements of nature, will undergo a simultaneous collapse. We're going to be entirely blind, completely unable to rely on the technological eyes and ears we trust so much today. Section 2. The Geographical Reset. During this darkness, the Malika records geographical shifts on a catastrophic planetary scale. The North and South poles, they will completely reverse their positions. We're talking about actually scratch that. It's more like a total rewrite of the Earth's topography. Mountains will transform into rivers, and completely dried up rivers will surge back into oceans. And perhaps most alarmingly, massive coastal regions worldwide are going to be completely submerged. The prophecy details this celestial body, referred to as the Linka Nakshatra, or a comet, plunging straight into the ocean. That impact triggers surges rising thousands of feet high, pushing hundreds of kilometers inland, and completely reshaping our global map. Which brings us to a really massive question you have to ask yourself here. What actually happens when the Earth's axis flips? When the poles trade places amidst all this crazy flooding and tectonic chaos? It's kind of hard to wrap our minds around it, but the Malika is incredibly explicit about the most jarring outcome of this reversal. The texts drop an absolute bombshell here. Due to the complete shifting of the Earth's axis, the Bhavishya Malika declares that the sun will now rise in the west and set in the east. It is a stunning, mind-bending, scriptural prophecy. It signifies a literal, physical turning of a new page. The mechanics of the old world are completely overwritten. Section 3. Installation of new lights. You kind of have to think of the Earth as a giant construction site right now. Messy, loud, but entirely necessary to build something beautiful. There is just this stark contrast between the world we're leaving behind and the world that's coming. According to the Bhavishya Malika, our current Kali Yuga Earth features a highly toxic climate. We've got explosive solar flares, dangerous UV radiation, and weakened lunar rays that do practically nothing to help us in the dark. But the Satya Yuga Earth, it's completely different. The new atmosphere will boast cool solar rays, flawless visibility at night, and perfectly balanced temperatures. The old sun and moon are essentially being uninstalled, making way for the upgraded versions. To put that into perspective, according to the Bhavishya Malika, Lord Kalki, the prophesied avatar, will establish a brand new sun and a new moon. That intense, blistering heat of our current age, gone. Instead, this new sun will permanently maintain a globally balanced, cool climate of around 22 to 25 degrees Celsius. Think of it as a divine planetary air conditioning system. No more devastating droughts, no more lethal heat waves. The whole environment will be perfectly calibrated to support human flourishing. And the upgrades definitely don't stop with the sun. The new moon installed by the Lord will be so profoundly radiant that its luster, which was previously dimmed by the heavy, toxic influence of the Kali Yuga, will be fully restored. The Bhavishya Malika describes a night so bright you literally won't even need electricity. Just imagine being able to travel through a dense forest at midnight with perfect visibility. Day and night will both be entirely free of darkness and danger.
Section 4. The Sweetening of the Seas.
So we've covered the sky and the land, right? But what about the oceans? According to the Bhavishya Malika, as part of this grand planetary update, the harsh, undrinkable, salty ocean water is going to become completely sweet and pure. Because of the new planetary alignments and the specific light of the new sun, the actual chemical composition of the seas will change. This means humanity will be able to settle on the newly formed coastlines with a boundless abundance of sweet, drinkable water. Even the rivers that had dried up across the world, including the highly sacred Saraswati River, will re-emerge, completely filled with this pure water, bringing unparalleled agricultural wealth and absolute peace.
Section 5. Satya Yuga, 2032.
All of this, the 7 days of darkness, the wild axis shift, the new sun, the sweet seas, it all leads to one very specific destination. The Malika texts clearly identify the period surrounding the year 2032 as the threshold for the Satya Yuga. This is the projected date when the age of truth, complete with this new heaven and new earth, will be fully realized. After all the turbulence of the 2020s and the apocalyptic events of the dark days, 2032 stands as the ultimate beacon of hope, a completely renewed world reserved for the righteous. Now, to understand where all of this incredibly detailed foresight actually comes from, we have to look at how these ancient texts have survived and reached us today. Bhavishya Malika teachings have been researched, preserved, and propagated extensively in India and internationally by Pandit Dr. Sri Kashinath Mishra and the Biswa Sanatan Dharma Seva Trust. Through decades of really rigorous scholarship and spiritual leadership, they have translated these prophetic scriptures from the original Odia into multiple languages, ensuring that the blueprints of the Panchasakha, the 5 great saints, are accessible to a global audience today. So we're left looking at an absolutely incredible horizon. A planet cleansed, an axis flipped, a new sun rising in the west, and oceans turned completely sweet. The signs of the Kali Yuga's end are literally all around us, pointing directly to this massive atmospheric update. The text tells us exactly what is coming. So the question I want to leave you with today is this. As the cosmic blueprint unfolds toward 2032, how will you prepare for the dawn of the new sun?